from the team on your side. This is ABC7 News coverage of Election Night 2011.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Cameron Ridle, coming to you live from Indianapolis, the South Side. This is Vote 2011 coverage, and at this hour we now know that the Perry Township Schools referendums both passed 60 to 40%. We'll have more coverage on that in a moment, but first let's take you over to Franklin Township, where unfortunately those referendums failed miserably, 60 to 40%. As well as in Avon, we don't have those numbers for Avon Community Schools yet, but ABC7 News can confirm that that referendum also failed. Moving on to the race for Indianapolis mayor, the Democratic candidate, Melina Kennedy, as predicted, looks like she will win the nomination with 75% of tonight's vote. Back here in Perry Township, Southside residents are celebrating in jubilation as their weeks of campaigning paid off tonight, with both of their referendums passing 60 to 40%. ABC7 News can confirm that information from the Marion County Clerk's office, that those referendums both passed the operating and general fund, meaning that Southport and Perry Meridian High Schools will remain as they are now as two high schools. There will be no combining of Perry Meridian and Southport High Schools. I'm going to bring in Chris Sweeney. He is the senior class president at Perry Meridian High School. And Chris, you've been instrumental throughout this campaign with getting the votes that you needed tonight. Talk about what happened today.
Yes, this is correct. Basically, what we did is we asked our Perry Township residents whether or not they would be in support of two referendums. One will cover our general fund, and the second would cover our facilities. And from the results that we received, it is correct that we have won both of our votes by about 60% this evening. And basically that is telling us that the community is in support of our Perry Township schools. They are in support of keeping our two high schools as they are, and they are in support of keeping our arts alive, such as music, art, and our physical education programs within our primary level schools.
With that, real quick, let's go to some other people inside the Vote Yes Results Party had to say tonight. What does this mean for the students at Perry Meridian High School and Southport?
I think it means more than anything, our school will remain intact. We still have Perry Meridian High School, our Fighting Falcons, and continues the legacy that was started in 1973 when the building was built.
It's overwhelming at the present time. We are so excited that it passed. A lot of work went into it. A lot of people helped with this effort. We are just, I can't even begin to tell you how thankful we are to the community and to everyone that's been involved with us. It just makes us feel wonderful that the people have voiced their opinions, and it is yes for Perry schools.
I was at Glens Valley, and there was only one person that was outwardly against it, and the guy was kind of crazy. He had on a shirt that said vote no for Perry, and he took one of our buttons that we had made and he crossed out the yes. So, but other than that, I saw a lot of vote yes for Perry t-shirts. I saw plenty of buttons. A few people even had stickers, so I didn't even know we had stickers. So it was really exciting, and overall there was a lot of support.
Chris, we just heard from Carly Hickey, a student at Perry Meridian High School. Talk about how the votes from the students came into play tonight.
Cameron, that was I wouldn't say a very difficult campaign to play, but we knew that having our seniors vote was going to play a major role in the outcome of this referendum. As we know, the last time that we tried passing a referendum, it only failed by about 150 votes. We're not quite sure where the lack of those votes came from, but we do know that with this campaign alone, between both Perry Meridian and Southport High School, we did have about 500 registered seniors that were able to vote. So them coming out and voting yes for our Perry schools really made a push towards our goal of excellence.
Talk about the numbers that we received from downtown about the votes tonight.
We received very high numbers. I believe out of 46 precincts that we covered this evening, only 7 of them were completely against it. So if we can do the math, all 39 other precincts were completely for the referendum.
What does this mean for the Metropolitan School District of Perry Township now that not just one, but both of their referendums passed tonight?
this basically is just, it means that our community has decided that they are willing to take a tax increase to continue to support the education within our township. So the funds and the cuts that were going to take place if the referendum does not pass is going to continue. We will be able to keep our arts, such as music, art, and physical education within our schools. And the big hot topic about the combination of both high schools will not have to take place.
Chris, we're standing outside of the Perry Township Education Center, where this would have been the source of so much bad news to the staff of Perry Township: layoffs, cancellations of extracurricular activities, so much bad news. And tonight we know that that won't happen. And you know, someone who this affects would be people like the band teachers, the football coaches, the support staff, and people like Diane Turpin, who I think we both need to thank for all that she's done for us over the past 4 years, and just say thank you, because she's done nothing but help us, not just you and I, but so many other students in Perry Township, so many teachers, for all they do, and thank you for her support to keep things how they are. She was also very instrumental in helping with this campaign. And you know, it's people like her that if this referendum would not have passed, that her impact that she gave to you and I would be no longer. She would we know that she'd still have her job, but she'd be back in the classroom, not having that type of impact that she has as the media center specialist, where she touches so many people in the broadcast program, in the classrooms, one-on-one. It's just people like her that we need to say thank you to. But I want you to say what this means to you as an outgoing senior, and how this will affect what remains at Perry Meridian High School as well as Southport.
Whenever we started, this was a very important cause, which is why I intended to continue to take it on and move forward from there. But also, I had to take into consideration that I have other relatives that are even as low as our elementary level. And sitting in and working with this committee for the past 10 months, I understand, and I was able to get an insight on what kind of an impact it would have if it was not passed. So I would just like to thank all of our teachers, especially all of our students, for being so patient and really understanding what this means. And more than anything, our administration here at the Perry Township Education Center, and most definitely all of our community for coming out and voting yes for Perry schools.
All right, Chris, let's go ahead and recap once again. In Franklin Township, the referendum failed. In Avon, the referendum failed. In the Democratic race for Indianapolis Mayor, Melina Kennedy with 75%. And back here in Perry Township, the referendum, both of them passed 58 and 57% to a somewhat number of 40% that voted no. It is a good evening here on the South Side for Perry Township Schools. We'd like to thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Cameron Ridle for Chris Sweeney, and all of us here, thank you for watching. Congratulations, Perry Township. Congratulations, Mayor Kennedy. Stay tuned to ABC7 News for continuing coverage of all things Vote 2011. Have a good night.